There's a version of limitation that lives in your circumstances. And there's a version that lives in the language you use to describe your limitations, the beliefs that you inherited before you were old enough to question them, and the identity that you built to survive a version of your life you have long since outgrown. This show is here to dismantle the latter. I'm Jana Blage, your host of the Beyond Limitations podcast. Welcome. We go deep here into the decisions that feel heavy, the patterns that keep repeating, the places where something in you already knows it's time to move differently. Every episode created to give you something real, a framework, a reframe, a truth that shifts the way you see what is possible. Because the life and business you are building deserves more than surface level answers. Let's get into it. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the confidence myth and why self-doubt is not actually what's stopping you. So the good news is you don't have a confidence problem. Bad news is the problem is an inability to commit. One of the things I push back most on in my conversations with my clients is the idea that self-doubt is an obstacle, the obstacle. I'm blocked, or I don't believe in myself, I'm not good enough, all those stories that we tell ourselves. But the reality is, almost all of us, even those of us at the highest levels of our game, carry self-doubt. The most decorated individuals, the ones who've built remarkable things, gone to remarkable places, and created remarkable impact, all carry self-doubt. What they don't have is a habit of letting self-doubt make their decisions for them. So today I want to reframe what is actually stopping you, because the real obstacle is more solvable than you've been led to believe. The confidence myth goes like this. When I feel more confident, I will do the thing. When self-doubt quiets down, I will make the move. I feel like we've all been here. When I stop second guessing myself, I'll speak up. The problem with this framework is that confidence does not precede action. It actually follows it. So every single time, confidence is not a prerequisite. It is a byproduct. Waiting to feel it before you move is like waiting to be warm before you start a fire. What stops most is not doubt. It is the unwillingness to commit to a direction without a guarantee, the outcome. It is the inability to be wrong publicly, the fear of the story that would be told about them if they tried and failed. It is the protection of a reputation that has been built really carefully, brick by brick, and that feels rather fragile and potentially fragile enough to come down with one public mistake. And see, that's not a confidence problem. That's a risk tolerance problem. And the distinction matters because risk tolerance expands through intentional exposure, not through affirmations. We have to stop trying to manufacture confidence before we take the action, before we move. Instead, what we should be doing is making small commitments in the direction of the thing we want to do and follow through on them. Not because we feel ready, but because follow through builds the internal evidence that you can trust yourself. Each completed commitment becomes a brick in your foundation of real earned confidence. It cannot be bypassed. It has to be built. You are not waiting for confidence. You're waiting for certainty, which never comes until you act. The women who lead, build, speak, and create are not women who have no doubt. They're women who have learned to move with it, alongside it, and in spite of it. And today is a reminder to you that is also available to you right now. It's your choice, your move. Decide. This is where I will leave you today. If today's conversation shifted something for you, share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear it. That is how this work travels. I'm Jana Blage, and this is Beyond Limitations. The limitation was never the ceiling above you. It was always the story inside you, and you are the author. See you next time.